We are now looking at screenormatic.com, and you can see up here the URL. Just go to this particular URL and you'll come to the same screen. Now if you scroll down, you'll find some basic information on recording and hosting, and I wouldn't worry about hosting, but it's got some basic information and a video that you can watch that will give you some information about how to use it. But I'm going to go through a quick video here. So right now I'm creating it on a different software, but nonetheless this is the software that you can use. Now up here it just says it's free. You can go right in here and start recording. Now when you do, it's going to probably prompt you to download a launcher. So please do, and it will launch whether you're on a PC or a Mac. Now I'm on a Mac, and you can go to the tutorial section here and get information on how to do basic stuff. But let's get started. We're just going to do a simple recording. So you click here. Now I've already launched and downloaded the recorder, but I'm going to launch it here. And so you see the launcher is recorded, and here it pops up. And right now it's got full screen. I'm going to pull these edges here. Yours might start to look a little bit different in terms of size. I'm going to close out of the record option here for a moment. So there's your squared area, and it's going to record that area. Now if I want it to record the whole screen, basically I'm going to pull it over to there, pull it across to here. Now I'm going to bring it down a little bit, not all the way down, and up to the top. There. Now essentially I am ready to go. Now I'm not going to use this web page, so I'm going to minimize it. I'm going to use this particular PowerPoint. Now when I push record down here in the left hand corner, it's going to count me down and then allow me to start. So let's try it out, and then I'll show you how to do some basic editing. Now we're going to look at nonverbal, or in the case of body position and confidence, and we're going to use the facial feedback hypothesis and look at power poses. So for the task that you'll have as you experiment in power poses, you're going to do a brief on the research, and I'll show you a little bit about what that research says about power versus non-power poses, and then I'm going to have you try out some power poses and give you some homework. So you look at these poses versus these poses. And one is more of a power pose, the other are non-power poses. Now the research says there's an increase and a lowering in terms of high power. There's an increase in testosterone, whereas in low power there's a decrease in testosterone. In addition, there's a decrease in the cortisol change, which means it's your anxiety-based foundation. So it lowers in the power position and it increases in the low power position. So there are the two poses. Try them out. See how you feel differently. What do you notice? And so when you notice, you might, when you're in the power poses, when you're in the non-power poses, try using power poses when you've used non-power poses, and then we'll talk about it in our next class. So there's my video. So I'm going to pause. Now it's about a minute and 45 seconds for that. That gives you an idea of kinds of length that you'll need. You need to do between 5 and 8 minutes. If I want to say that I'm done, it's going to pull up my editor which is part of what I've downloaded. It's going to give me some options. I can take it to YouTube, or I can download it as a file, an MP4. But what you can do is I'm going to go to Edit, just to show you. There's my video. I can play it. Now here's me just sort of setting it up, and I had to go up to the top and click to get it started, because I'm going to show you how you can edit that out. there's my video.
Now we're going to look at nonverbal, or in the case of body position and confidence, and we're going to use the facial feedback hypothesis and look at power poses. So for the task that you'll have is
So there is essentially what I'm doing. So there are some tools. We can add certain things, like if we want to put an overlay of an image or an outline, or maybe I want to add an arrow. There it is. I can adjust it a little bit. There we go. Spin it around, and then we'll put it up here to sort of draw some attention, and you've put an arrow in. So now if we back this up a little bit, and we're going to say OK, and we play it.
So for the task that you'll have is you experiment in power poses. You're going to do a brief.
So there's an opportunity to do a little bit of adding of some additional pieces, and you're certainly able to do that and play around with it. Again, watch the videos on the site that walk you through the basic tutorial on how to do that. So I'm going to say I'm done. Now, at the very beginning here, there was a bunch of empty space that I didn't really think I needed. So I'm going to drag this across until I'm ready to start. We'll say about there. Actually, I think I started talking a little. Yeah. And we come to the end here. We'll bring the thing down. We'll play it and see where we need to end. There. So I'm going to bring this down to there. I have now edited the beginning and the end, and that's what I'm keeping. Rather than 1 minute and 45 seconds, I now have 1 minute and 39.56 seconds. At any rate, there we go. Now I'm going to save the file as a MP4. You could, if you have a YouTube channel, post it on your YouTube channel. And so if you're posting in your journal, you're going to take this MP4 file, and instead of posting like you did your PDF file, you're going to post an MP4. Now be aware that it takes a little time when you're posting an MP4 document or video, because it's a little bigger and it'll take longer. So even if it doesn't post right away, be patient. Now if you have a YouTube channel, post it there, and you can copy and paste the URL into the journal. That will give me a link to go to your YouTube channel and watch your video. So if I select Save As, it's going to save it as an MP4. I'm going to give my recording a name, Power Poses. I'm going to put it on my desktop because that's where I want to put it. It'll be easier for me to find, so I can then post it into my journal. You notice on the video there was a yellow mark around, a yellow circle around the cursor. I can take that off and just say just the cursor, or I could say no cursor, and so it'll take that out of your video. The quality is normal. That's fine. If you want a higher quality, it'll be a larger file. So then just go publish. It's now going to tell me that it's saving my video. Now this is a relatively short video, so it won't take very long to save it. Once it's saved, you just can say okie dokie. It'll load and put into your collection. Now if I minimize this and that, there's my video. If I open it up and play it.
In the case of body position and confidence, and we're going to use the facial feedback hypothesis and look at power poses.
And that's all you need to do. Just post that into your journal and you're good to go. Alrighty, I hope you have a good luck with that. So to remind you, Screenomatic.com. Thank you. Bye now.